Hey everyone. I hope everyone is having a good Monday night. So I am back home from Summit and I wanted to kind of do like a little recap video for you guys. Sorry, I'm adjusting my tripod. Oh no, it's everywhere. Um, so I was kind of reflecting on the experience that was Summit and the craziness. And first of all, let me tell you, if you don't know what Summit is, it is basically an annual convention that Beachbody puts on, and it's kind of like a celebration and training and all in one. So we go and we listen to speakers, we listen to coaches who have been really successful in the network, we listen to speakers. We had Gary Vaynerchuk that came, who owns a social media marketing firm in New York, and he does a lot of social media marketing for really big brands. We had Maysoon come talk, who is a woman who has cerebral palsy and is a disabilities advocate, and she's very big in the political sphere. So we had all these different people. So there's a lot of learning. We did workouts with all the super trainers, and all of that stuff. And then you just get to be in a space with all of these people who are very similarly minded, very motivated, people who have had really amazing experiences using these products and coaching. And while I was there, I was kind of thinking about the path that led me there. And last year at this time, I was kind of watching on Facebook. Everyone, we all know a few people who are Beachbody coaches at this point. It's a pretty big thing. Or we know somebody who knows someone. So this time last year, I was watching somebody else, and they were at Summit, and they were posting pictures. And I remember thinking, like, wow, it looks really cool. I really wish I was there. And the funny thing is, I had had multiple opportunities to be there. I had been invited multiple times, but like everyone else, I was incredibly skeptical about it. And so I remember I was talking to my coach the last few days, and I was telling her some of the things that happened when we first talked about coaching and what I initially thought. And so a few years ago, she had brought up the opportunity to do some of the programs and to try coaching. And I actually, being the biggest skeptic ever, listened but didn't really listen. So at one point, she gave me a few Shakeology samples, and I took the Shakeology samples home and I looked at them for about 2 minutes and then I threw them in the trash. So she gave me free samples and I literally threw them in the trash. Because I was like that resistive to actually even trying it. And then, like a year later, I reached out to her and asked if I could be in one of her clean eating groups because I was frustrated. I was stuck in a rut. I had gone through Weight Watchers. I lost like 20 pounds. I put the weight back on, and I needed a kickstart. So I reached out to her. It wasn't like she contacted me. I reached out and said, hey, can I be in your clean eating group? And she was like, yeah, that's great, definitely. So she added me in. I ate somewhat according to the plan for one day, and then I lied for the rest of the week and posted into the group fake posts about getting my workouts in, eating those meals, and I didn't do any of it. And then at the end of the week, we usually have people like reweigh themselves and report like your stats so you can see what even a week of clean eating does. And I lied and made up that I had lost like 2 or 3 pounds. I tried to pick a reasonable number that wouldn't get me busted. Um, and so I was like, that's how skeptical I was about all this stuff. I wanted to kind of do it, but I didn't want to do it because I was afraid about it. I didn't really understand it. I didn't know what it meant, and I was resistant to actually finding out. Um, so obviously, you all know that eventually I did some research and I got signed up and I kind of took that leap, and I've been doing it now for 10 months, and I have really liked it. And I love it. I love working with people. I love helping people. I love giving people opportunities to get into better health, improve their fitness, have the opportunity to make a little extra money on the side or make a full income. And being at Summit really showed me like the people, and this is what I really loved, was that there were people there who they've been coaching for a few years, and they are making legitimate full-time incomes, but it wasn't like a get rich quick thing. And that's what I loved about the message of Summit this year. It was really focused on the fact that, like, this is a serious thing. It's a serious business. They have really big goals to help a lot of people. They have really big goals to help fight back against the obesity epidemic in our country. And they want to legitimately help people with their programs, with Shakeology, with their supplements. They want to help people get fitter and healthier and happier. And they want to give the opportunity for those people who are the loyalists of their programs to share that with other people and to benefit financially from that. They're not interested, and literally the CEO of the company was like yelling, not at anyone specific, but calling out those coaches who he feels aren't representing the company appropriately, calling out those people that he feels are trying to promote this as a way to make money very quickly. And that's not what the company stands for. And that, to me, was a really amazing message. Because even going to Summit, once I got there, I kind of initially had this like little anxiety, and I was like, oh God, like, what if this turns out to be everything? When I get to actually the big meeting, what if this turns out to be all the things that everyone thinks it is, and that maybe I just convinced myself that it's not, because I really wanted it to be, you know, a good thing. And I was so happy to see all of that positive messaging and just reality in the messaging. And it really helped to like affirm all the things that I have come to believe over the last almost year, that this is a legitimate business, this company is legitimate, and they want to do right by this country. They want to provide high quality products. That's why Shakeology is as expensive as it is, because they didn't cheap out and use a soy protein isolate. They didn't cheap out and just put in a bunch of natural flavorings or artificial sweeteners to fill in for the crappy taste. They didn't just make it a protein blend and throw in a few other things. They made it a nutritious, high quality shake that has your protein, it has your carbs, has all your macros, plus it's got micronutrition, it has prebiotics, probiotics, it has all of those vitamins, all of that stuff. And that's why it's so expensive, because they want to deliver a quality product. Everyone already knows that their workout programs are quality. I mean, you can throw it all the way back to when they released Power 90 and then P90X, and then they brought on Shalane, and Shalane did Turbo Kick and Turbo Fire. And then Sean came in and did Insanity, the whole Insanity line, Max 30, T25. And then they stepped it up even more, and they bring in someone like Autumn Calabrese, and, you know, they revolutionize portioning for people, and they make it simple because they're trying to provide solutions that are accessible to people. And they're really passionate about that. And for me, you know, I feel like I'm not easily fooled. And I sat through all of these sessions, and I could feel the passion from the top down, from the CEO to the individual coaches who were presenting, who had been successful in this company and in this business, to the coaches sitting next to me who all have the same goal. We want to help people. I went into healthcare because I want to help people. I went into coaching because I want to help people, because I feel passionately about giving people a solution, because that's what I needed, and that's what I found. And I want other people to find that too. And I want other people to feel the very best that they can. And I also want to have an opportunity for myself to build a business that runs by my rules, that runs on my time, that allows me a little bit of freedom, that allows me to set myself up so that when we have kids, I don't have to be working from 8:30 to 7, so that way I can have some time at the end of the week to spend with them. And that, you know, was really reinforced by this whole experience. And it really helped to prove to me that this is a company that is worthwhile. And this is a company that is passionate about helping others. I know I've said that so many times, and honestly, I feel like you can go ahead and judge me. I'm like almost emotional right now because that's how strongly I feel about this. Um, and being at Summit has really reinforced that this is where I need to be. And this is where, as a society, whether it's through Beachbody coaching or something else, we need to be focused on more positivity. The world is so full of negative crap. It's so full of hate. It's so full of anger. It's so full of people who are unhappy and people who don't like themselves, and people who don't like other people. And there's just crap, crap, crap everywhere. Our country, the CDC is predicting that in 2017, 70% of our population will be overweight or obese. Um, there's an epidemic in our country and in our society. And unfortunately, people are so skeptical about things like Beachbody that are trying to power through with a positive message, because things like weight, are they're such a topic that's hard to discuss, um, and it's something that's sensitive, and so people fight back against that, and people fight back against a non-traditional model in which you can actually breed your own success. It's not like anyone is showing up to this business. Trust me, I'm doing it. It's not like I showed up, I put in 5 minutes of work, and now I make a ton of money. I work every single day on this business. I talk to people every single day. Um, and that's why I'm seeing success, and that's why the people around me are seeing success. Um, and so now that I've rambled really strongly for a few minutes, I wanted to just boil it down to a few truths, based off that experience. And the truths are: one, this company is legitimate. It is not a pyramid scheme. I heard somebody in the airport say that. I don't know. Like, maybe people just aren't that educated when they say stuff like that. But this company is not a pyramid scheme. There's a legitimate product. There are many legitimate products. It's legitimate business that's happening. It's people helping people. And as a result, you can make an income because of that. Nobody is going in and giving you a promise of making income if you do nothing for it. And that's just a reality. So you can continue to spread that if that's what makes you feel better about it. But the reality is it's just not that. So this is a legitimate company, and they're doing legitimate things, and the people involved are doing legitimate things. At least the good ones, the ones who are successful, are doing legitimate things. Um, the other thing, God, I got so worked up that I forgot all the things I was gonna say. Um, it's a legitimate company. The opportunity to coach is legitimate. It's not something that I take lightly. The people that I work with, I really cherish and I really love, and they are like family. I mean, these are some people that I had never, some of the people I coach, I have never even met in real life, but I feel like I know them because I take the time to invest in them, and they take the time to invest in me, and they're seeing results, and they're feeling better about themselves, and there's so much good coming out of that. And the network of coaches around me, I mean, I showed up to a house on Thursday morning and walked in and didn't know any of the people that were there, and they were so open and they were welcoming. They knew each other. They didn't know me. I was a last minute replacement. I filled into the space there. And I made two friends. Shout out to Katie, Carrie, and Jody, who, we were complete strangers to each other on Thursday morning, but you would have thought that we had known each other for years by like 11 a.m. on Thursday. And we went out and we traveled to and from the sessions together, and we spent time at the house talking to each other and just sharing that passion to help other people and sharing our journey and what this has done for us. And you don't get that a lot in this world anymore. Being surrounded, I mean, there were 25,000 coaches there. And you see people, and they were just all about the positivity, all about the support, all about helping each other, with no strings attached. And I know people are going to be like, oh, it sounds culty. I mean, if that makes you feel better, it makes you feel better. But the reality is, it's just people helping people, and that's how this country should be. And the last thing is that this is accessible to you. all of it. It doesn't matter who you are. You don't have to be a fit person. You don't have to be somebody who needs to lose 100 pounds. Um, this is an option for everyone, whether it be as a coach. Um, Anyone can coach. If you're willing to learn, you are somebody who would be a good coach. If you're willing to help, you're somebody who would be a good coach. If you are just willing to work to spread positivity and motivation and accountability and support, and you are willing to learn how to do all of that and build those skills, it's for you. If you're somebody who does need to lose 5, 10, 15, 20, 100 people, 100 people, 100 pounds, this is for you. I sat at Celebration the other night and watched the finalists in the Beachbody Challenge be recognized, and these were 6 people that were selected from all the submissions from people who have done programs, and I don't think any of them were actually coaches. And these people had the most amazing life-changing changes from these programs. I mean, people who lost 180 pounds, 150 pounds, people from all walks of lives from life, people who had tried everything before, people who were on the verge of dying, and they changed their lives with a freaking shake every day and a workout every day and eating better. And I mean, they all had excuses not to do it. They all had reasons not to do it, but they did it, and their lives are completely different now. And 2 of them actually were gifted checks for $100,000 for those transformations, and the other 4 were given $25,000 for these transformations, because that's the kind of company that this is. That's what they focus on changing lives, and then rewarding people for stepping out and taking that chance and changing their lives. So if you're somebody who's looking for help in your health and your fitness, this is for you. We're here for you. We want to work with you. And not because I want you to buy Shakeology so I can make commission on it. I want to work with you because I've been there in a place where you feel like nothing is going to work and nothing has worked, and you're uncomfortable and you're just looking for something. And I respect that experience, and I've now been on the side where I have found something that works and something I feel passionate about. And I want you to have that opportunity. So reach out. You can email me, manwellness@gmail.com. You can comment below. You can text me. You can shoot a smoke signal up. You can come to my house. Do whatever. I had somebody today who I had just shot them a Facebook message to see how things were going. We hadn't talked in years. And she called me and we talked for like a half hour. She didn't buy anything. It's just support. It's just accountability. It's not, I'm not reaching out to you because I want your money. If you end up purchasing something, obviously that's great. If I end up building a business out of this that provides an income in which I can spend my full time doing this for people, that's amazing. But that's not my motivation. That's not my goal. My goal is to help people. Okay, so I've gone on like way longer than I was planning to, and I have to go finish the laundry. But I just felt like I have been brimming with these thoughts and this passion for the last few days, and I just wanted to share it and throw it out there. I hope everyone had a good Monday, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.